Good morning. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Dallas Riggin. I'm one of your worship associates. And we've had a few brief announcements, but I just want to remind you that if you have to use the hearing loops, great. If one of them doesn't work or you have a problem with them or something, please tell me afterwards and I'll arrange to have something done about it, okay? Otherwise, switch your hearing aids over like Greg and I do, and we'll be on our way. Please read our Connections newsletter. It's on our website, uutarpon.org. And let's remember to silence our cell phones so there'll be no interruptions. Thank you.
Good morning and welcome, dear friends. Welcome to our spiritual home, the Unitarian Universalist Church of Tarpon Springs. My name is Betty Clark, and Dallas Riggin and I, my husband, are going to be co-worship associates today. So I have been a UU for 53 years and have been at this church for 5 and currently serve on the board of directors. In case you have visual issues, I am an older woman with short platinum natural colored hair around ear length, and I have on a royal blue flowy dress and duster and has yellow tulips on it. And I'm also a member of the board of directors.
And I'm Dallas Riggin. I've been a UU for 18 years, going back to Houston, Texas. And I've been here for 5 years and enjoyed every single year of it. And for those of you who are hearing impaired, I'm 6'4", weigh about 218 pounds, have a full set of hair, very muscular build. No. Actually, that's not true. I'm about 5'6", so slightly overweight, thinning gray hair and gray beard. And light blue pants, dark blue shirt, and I'm very pleased to be here.
We want to acknowledge here at the church, we're standing on the lands of the Tocobaga and Seminole peoples. We offer a warm welcome to our guests with us today, and would like you to get to know you better. And following the service, please join us in the social hall for a coffee hour and refreshments. Our mission states that we are a liberal faith community for all ages, promoting spiritual growth, social justice, and the arts.
Lay-led services are a time-honored tradition in our heritage. Here at UUCTS, we value shared ministries. Today we'll hear from Mark Hopkins in our service titled The Light of Hope. Mark and Elaine Brooks will share ways hope can transform our perspective, renew our spirit, and provide strength when we need it most. That would probably be right now. Mark has been a UU for 12 years. He's been with UUCTS for 12 years, and he's a member of the Sunday Services team and has served on the Board of Trustees. Elaine Brooks has been a member of UUCTS for 3 years, currently serves on the Board of Trustees, and currently serves on the Ministers' Transition team, and somehow manages to find poetry wherever she looks. Again, I want to welcome you all to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Tarpon Springs. And yes, I don't want to forget our Director of Music, Bonnie Whitehurst, and our choir. They will be providing all of our music today.
And our first hymn is number 347 in the gray hymnal. 347, Gather the Spirit.
Our separate lives will kindle. It's not coming out of these.
Well, I don't know.
That's why I'm telling you it's coming. It's not coming out.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know what's wrong.
That move here.
No.
Good morning. The opening words I will share with you come from an online course called Grateful Hope. These words were conveyed by Parker Palmer. He says, "Of all the virtues, hope is the one most needed in our time. When people ask me how I stay hopeful in an era of widespread darkness, I answer simply, hope keeps me alive and creatively engaged with the world. When privileged people like me choose hopelessness over hope, it's not a reflection of the state of the world, it's a reflection of the state of our souls. If I were to lose hope and turn to cynicism, what would I do? Sit in the corner, stare at the wall, and suck my thumb? When people like me allow ourselves to become hopeless, when there's so much we can do for those who are truly suffering, we need to remind ourselves that opting out is not a fit way for a grown-up to live." I thank Parker Palmer for those words of wisdom, and I would like to think that I can at least orient myself toward a fitting way for a grown-up to live and share the hope when I find it and where I find it with those that I can.
We'll do something else?
Yeah, I am.
We're a team also.
Yes, we're a team. This is At the Gates of Hope by Victoria Safford. Our mission is to plant ourselves at the gates of hope, not the prudent gates of optimism, which are somewhat narrower, not the stalwart, boring gates of common sense, nor the strident gates of self-righteousness, which creak on shrill and angry hinges. People cannot hear us there. They cannot pass through, nor the cheerful, flimsy garden gate of everything is going to be all right, but a different, sometimes lonely place, the place of truth-telling about your own soul first of all and its condition, the place of resistance and defiance, the piece of ground from which you see the world, both as it is and as it could be, as it will be, the place from which you glimpse not only struggle, but the joy of the struggle. And we stand there, beckoning and calling, telling people what we are seeing, asking people what they see. Now it's you.
Now is the time in the service that we light our chalice.
We kindle our chalice flame this morning, awakening the fire of our ancestors in our hearts. A beacon of freedom. A beacon of freedom held out to light the way, a light of reason illuminating the path, spark of courage igniting our spirits, aglow with hope for all we endeavor to do together. Holy flame of times past, brighten this present moment, that we may be the love that is the center and foundation, both. Blessed be. The words of Tracy Johnson.
Unitarian Universalism is a covenantal faith. We will now read together, follow on the screen, our congregation's covenant. We strive to look for and encourage the best in each other, and as we move towards justice, peace, and love, both for ourselves and the world, and if we fall short, we will seek understanding, reconciliation, and return to covenant. Let us now sing 123, Spirit of Life, in the gray hymnal. Stand or sit as you prefer. Now I'd like to introduce Jamie, our Director of Faith Formation, that she will provide us a story for all ages.
Good morning, everyone. Happy first day of June. It has gone by way too fast. There we go. Today's story is called Maybe, a story about the endless potential in all of us. It's written by Kobe Yamada and illustrated by Gabriella Barrick. I think that's how you pronounce it. It says, have you ever, oh, they have the story up there, so I'm gonna have it up here for you guys. Have you ever wondered why you are here? You are the only one, or the only you there ever has been or ever will be. You have so much to offer. Maybe you will invent something that no one has ever seen before. Maybe you will build things that reach high into the sky. Your life is yours. Try as many things as you can try. See as much as you can see. Wherever you go, take your hopes, pack your dreams, and never forget, it is on journeys that discoveries are made. Maybe you will help others to see the beauty in each day. Or maybe you will lift cheering crowds onto their feet. Do everything with love. Follow your heart and see where it leads you. Maybe you are here to shine a light into places that have been dark for far too long. Maybe you will speak up for those who can't speak up for themselves. Sounds like one of our principles. Maybe you are here to help in ways that only you can. There will be struggles, there will be fears, and it will always be easy. At times, it will feel really hard, and you might make a mess of things. You may fall down. You may fail. Pages are stuck together. But you will also get back up, and you will rise a little stronger and a little taller, because there really is more inside you than you know. And this world needs your gifts, your talents, and your big ideas. And maybe you are just getting started. What if you are only scratching the surface of what you can do and who you can be? What if you have talents you haven't discovered yet? There is something powerful, even magical about you. You already have everything it takes to do big things. Maybe you have no idea just how good you can really be, or you really can be. And maybe you don't know how much you matter, but maybe, just maybe, the world has been waiting centuries for someone exactly like you. One thing is for sure, you are here, and because you are here, anything is possible. Thank you. I want to leave you guys with a very important question. Something to just think about and reflect on every single day. How can you make the world a better place by doing what you love? So think about that. It's very important. Thank you.
Now is the time in our service when we take our offering for the work and welfare of this church. You may drop your donations in the plate when it is passed, or you may donate online, whichever you prefer. Your generosity in either case will be greatly appreciated.
Lana and I are going to share How Can I Keep From Singing as our song. This song has a fascinating history that spans over a century, evolving from a 19th century Christian hymn to its 20th century anthem of hope and resilience. Originating as a Christian hymn, the author of the lyrics was known only as Pauline T., and the original tune was composed by a North Carolina Baptist minister, Robert Lowry, and published in 1868. Pete Seeger learned a version of this song from Doris Plen, a family friend who knew it from her North Carolina family. His version made this song well known in the folk revival of the 60s. Seeger's version omits or modifies much of the Christian wording of the original and adds a final verse addressing tyrants. This verse was written by Plen in response to the witch hunts of the House Un-American Activities Committee in the 50s. In 1955, Seeger was sentenced to but never served a year in jail because of his testimony before that committee. Seeger's lyrics were adopted in the version of this song first included in our Gray hymnal in 1993. And here we are, 70 years after the 50s when this was all uproar, and raising this song in protest to an administration threatening both our basic American values and way of life. Okay, get close. My life flows on in endless song above earth's lamentation. I hear the real though far off hymn that hails a new creation. Through all the tumult and the strife, I hear the music ringing. It sounds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? What though the tempest loudly roars, I hear the truth it giveth. What though the darkness round me close, sounds in the night it giveth. No storm can shake my inmost calm, while to that rock I'm clinging. Since love is Lord of heaven and earth, how can I keep from singing? When tyrants tremble, sick with fear, and hear their death knells ringing, when friends rejoice both far and near, how can I keep from singing? In prison cell and dungeon vile, our thoughts to them are winging. When friends by shame are undefiled, how can I keep from singing? Thank you.
I offer the following words from Joe Primo, CEO of Grateful Living, as an invitation for reflection as we move into a moment of silence. A grateful hope holds all things together in the face of tragedy, uncertainty, and those conditions that easily invite despair. This is because at the intersection of despair and hope exists gratefulness, as in the form of a crossing guard. A grateful hope guides us back to one refrain we hear over and over. You are here. Life is a gift, so breathe into your life. It is a mantra, a chorus, a vuvuzela that calls us back to our heart again and again. It is in our heart space that we understand the pain, uncertainty, and encroaching despair, and endure nonetheless. You are here. Life is a gift, so breathe into your life.
I just have to say, I know this is the choir's last Sunday with us for a while, and I'm very grateful that we had the opportunity to have their music today. So thank you. And that song is from Pete's Dragon, and so now it makes me want to go back and watch Pete's Dragon again. When Mark and I started talking about creating a service about hope, I did what I always do. Look for people who I believe know more than I do. I now own 6 books on hope. Several of them I have actually read. That's true of a lot of the books I have. Along with knowing what others think about hope, I realized I needed to know what hope means to me. I wasn't sure I had any idea about what hope is, or if I even believed in hope. At the beginning of every year, I choose a word as my North Star for the year. This year, I chose possibility, or I should say it chose me. It seemed that everywhere I looked, I saw the word possibility and knew it was meant to be my word. As I reflected on hope, the word possibility just about did somersaults in front of me, and I realized this is what hope means to me. Believing in possibility, the possibility of change. It might be hope for something in my life, the lives of people I care about, or, most challenging right now, hope for our country and the world. Desmond Tutu wrote, "Hope is being able to see that there is light despite all the darkness." Parker Palmer's a really important person, says that hope is holding a creative tension between what is and what could be, each day doing something to narrow the distance between the two. Notice that he says doing something. Hope is not a noun, it's a verb. Hope is a chosen perspective, an alternative to fear and despair. And I realized in that way it is an act of resistance. Each day the news provides us with reasons to be fearful and fall into despair. When we choose hope, we resist giving into that fear. I am awed when something comes into my life at the exact time I need it. I opened my email yesterday morning and saw this message from Krista Tippett, who many of you are likely familiar with, and it said, "Welcome to the Hope Portal." And I just laughed out loud. It was like, okay. Over the next 6 weeks, she is sharing conversations on the topic with 6 visionaries with writing prompts to encourage reflection. And I encourage you to look it up because it looks like it will be really good. I will share one thing she says. And especially with something like hope or something like love in a time like this, in a world like this, we are called and invited to surround ourselves with others who can walk this path with us and carry something like hope on the days, the weeks, the years when it's too much for us to ask of ourselves. So maybe we need to find hope buddies. In her book, Hope, A Survival Guide for Trying Times, Jane Goodall says, "Hope is what enables us to keep going in the face of adversity. It is what we desire to happen, but we must be prepared to work hard to make it so. You need hope to get you going. By taking action, you generate more hope. It's a circular thing. Hope doesn't deny all the difficulty and all the danger that exists, but it is not stopped by them. There is a lot of darkness, but our actions create the light. We can shift our perspective to see the light and work to create more of it." She finishes her introduction to the book by saying, "Hope is contagious. Your actions will inspire others. It is my sincere desire that this book will help you to find solace in a time of anguish, direction in a time of uncertainty, courage in a time of fear. Comfort, direction, and courage. We need all 3. In thinking about the courage it takes to choose hope, I remembered that the root of the word courage is the Latin word cor, which means heart. If we are going to have hope, we need to have the courage to allow our hearts to be touched and sometimes broken by what we see happening in the world, and then continue to hope in the possibility for change and do whatever we can to make change possible wherever we can. Jane sees 4 main reasons for hope: the amazing human intellect, the resilience of nature, the the power of youth, and the indomitable human spirit. Jane not only believed in the power of youth, but found a way to engage them. In 1991, local youth gathered on her front porch in Tanzania and expressed how they felt powerless against the problems in the world around them. As the students told stories and offered ideas, Jane realized the solution was right in front of them: the power to create change. The Roots and Shoots program was born. Are people familiar with the Roots and Shoots program? Roots and Shoots provides the resources to encourage and motivate young people to take action on issues that matter to them. Today, Roots and Shoots empowers youth in all 50 states and over 60 countries. I encourage you to check out the Jane Goodall Institute website to read some of the amazing work that is being done. I was excited to discover some work through Roots and Shoots right here in Tampa Bay. As a 5th grader at Madeira Beach Fundamental School, Camus Maxon saw trash mixed with seaweed removed from the beach and returned to the water. When the pandemic hit in 2020, the 10-year-old also began learning about single-use plastics and other products that are not sustainable, and she decided to do something about it. She founded Trash Turtles, isn't she cute, to save the planet one piece of trash at a time. It focuses on beach cleanups, environmental awareness, and community action. And 5 years after Camus created it as a school project, Trash Turtles is a nonprofit that has cleaned more than 300 miles of beaches, raised money to install water refill stations, and awarded scholarships. Cayman is someone who saw a need and put hope for change into action. It leaves me with the following question from a poem by Marge Piercy. Who shall bear hope? Who else but us? We must shine with hope, stained glass windows that shape light into icons, glow like lanterns born before a procession. Who can bear hope back into the world but us? I know that as a congregation, each of us in our own way puts hope into action, and we will continue to do so. I am grateful to be a part of this hope-filled community.
Residents of Pinellas County, give yourself a pat on the back because you choose hope. Hope for the future where children and families have ample opportunities to grow healthy and strong. How do I know this? Because of my experiences with the Juvenile Welfare Board. Just over 75 years ago, at a time when few alternatives existed for troubled children other than adult prison, some local champions who were future-minded and hopeful drafted legislation that would create an independent, tax-supported board to guard the rights and see to the needs of Pinellas County children. On November 5th, 1946, Pinellas County voters overwhelmingly passed a referendum to enact the Juvenile Welfare Board Special Act into law. This was the first time in U.S. history that a community created such an entity and that citizens had the courage and foresight to tax themselves to improve children's futures. So beginning decades ago and continuing to today, we choose to invest in that hope. Look at your property tax bill sometime and you'll see that you do too. I have served on the North County Community Advisory Council to the Juvenile Welfare Board since 2014. I have seen many stories of hope unfold. I've even played a small role in a few. On the Juvenile Welfare Board's website, they depict stories of success, which speak volumes about the power and connectivity of hope. The Greer family story is one such story. It was a tough time to keep a smile on my face. I was still going to work. I would wash up in the bathroom, then go to work all day. I had 2 sets of clothes, one I would wear and one I would wash at work. That was Jeremy Greer talking about a time when he was homeless. sleeping in a park not far from the one where he now takes his 2 young children to play after regaining custody. When Jeremy called 211 for assistance, he had reached a breaking point. When you go through a state where you're down and depressed, you kind of attract all kinds of bad stuff to keep happening. When you can finally take that breather and know that someone else understands what you're going through, when they can give you a helping hand, that's really the biggest thing. Just changing your perception like that kind of opens the door for other good stuff to come in. It frees up your mind to accept what's around you. That could be a blessing that you couldn't see at the time. The Greer family was referred to Family Services Initiative and assigned a family navigator. The top priority was stable housing. The family was placed in a temporary shelter, then connected with a case manager with the county's family housing program. Meanwhile, this navigator obtained bus passes and expedited child care vouchers. Every referral made, every opportunity presented, Jeremy gave it his all. From financial fitness classes to the Wheels of Success program, this father of 2 was eventually promoted to shop manager of the hair salon where he is employed, and he was hired to teach cosmology at Pinellas Technical College. Today, the Greer family is thriving. They're living in permanent housing and have a stable income and have built a supportive network. Jeremy Greer says, "I was blessed to be in a program where they could take up some of the slack I couldn't." Like many other stories, this story illustrates what I've found to be a useful model described by researcher Charles Snyder. Snyder's hope theory defines hope as a cognitive motivational system. He says it has 3 keys. 1 is a goal, something that you can stretch toward, but it's meaningful. 2, he calls pathways thinking, the ability to conceive and see multiple ways to achieve and strategies to get to your goal. The 3rd is agency thinking, the perceived ability to initiate and sustain motivation to reach those strategies. Hope is not just wishful thinking, it's goal-directed thinking that empowers individuals to navigate obstacles, sustain effort, and believe in their ability to overcome adversity. It's especially healing in the face of trauma, depression, and stress. So hey, one of the things about my time with the Juvenile Welfare Board that I love the most is my freedom to pick and choose among things to get involved in. I can take a single action project, or I can get big responsibilities and carry on. One of my favorite single day projects has been participating in the summer book bus. The book bus makes stops at locations like the Boys and Girls Club and Union Academy Family Center and provides free books to children during the summer break. Kids get on board a school bus decked out not with rows and seats, but with books and shelves. And each child gets to pick out 2 books that they will keep as their very own. Now the kids come on the bus in age-related groups, and I've learned to be a good book giver, you need to get on the child's level. You need to put out books on the shelf for the preschoolers and the first graders, and when the little ones come, you either need to bend down. Well, sometimes we have to do the hard things if we're going to keep hope alive. The early elementary children look for their favorite stories. The older ones, the 6th and 7th graders, they are the most discriminating shoppers. They ask if we have the latest Star Wars or the latest Percy Jackson. Some of them actually skip over dozens and dozens of books because they've read them all. All the kids at all ages at every stop are so grateful and so much fun to be around. So taking part in the book bus means I can make a positive difference for children by showing up. But the hope manifested that makes a really better story is the child at Cops and Kids, where Jamie is the director, who said with gusto, "Finally, a book of my very own. I don't have to give back to anybody. I'm going to love it forever." So when she said that, the little child, you see the hope model in action. A goal, keep reading alive, a pathway, book bus, and an agency, my own book to love. Examples of hope moving forward, and a blueprint we can all keep in mind to cultivate hope. Here at UUCTS, I'm reminded of another facet of hope, spirit of hope, seeing possibilities, inviting ourselves to see beyond limits, beyond convention, and perhaps beyond preconceived notions. Rebecca Solnit, author of Hope in the Dark, writes, "Hope locates itself in the premises that we don't know what will happen, and in that very spaciousness of uncertainty is room to act." So let's think about spaciousness of uncertainty. When we can enter that space knowing we are anchored by values, as we are, we enrich both our imaginations and our courage to act. Add to that the fertile ground of belonging to a community, and we enter a realm where hope resides as a fixture of enduring faith, not merely a feature of momentary desire. Shared values in a vibrant community can keep the spirit of hope alive. Sounds like a place we all know. Hint, hint. Finally, I'd like to share some words from Stephen Charleston, who wrote Ladder to the Light, an Indigenous Elders' Meditations on Hope and Courage. He says, "Hope is what emerges when you mix faith with blessing. I'm not talking about wishful thinking. I'm not talking about miracles. I am talking about hope as a tool to create light, a spark that can suddenly eliminate the gloom that creeps into our lives. Our assignment is to hold the line of love, to not let fear or despair beyond this point, to push back against injustice, to uphold the voice of truth, to establish a firm ground, to create community even as we walk through struggle." I'm grateful for those words of wisdom, and my hope as we go forward is we may see possibilities and seize opportunities. Toward that, Elaine has some tips to share.
Before we go out and be ambassadors of hope, it's important that we look at some ways to fortify our own sense of hope. So look to the things that fill your life with light: family, friends, pets, the beauty in nature, the goodness of others. Buy a plant and watch it grow. Read books and watch videos or movies that inspire hope. And don't forget a heaping dose of humor. The chaos we are witnessing can break down our spirits, so create something. It doesn't have to be a literary masterpiece or a great work of art. It can be something as simple as trying out a new recipe. And we know about new recipes here because we've benefited from Bill's recipes on many a Sunday. So thank you, Bill. We are all innately creative. Find what sparks your imagination and creativity and have fun. Consider doing something creative with someone else. Believe that there is an underlying order in the universe. Night becomes day. Whoops, I lost my place. The seasons change, the stars come out at night. I found that creating order in my life helps me to feel a sense of calm and being in control. Connect with others and talk about hope. Talk about what inspires you and gives you hope for the future. Try talking to people at coffee today about where you find hope. Consider finding a hope buddy. On the days you experience a hope deficit, you might call or text this person and ask if they have some hope to share. Think about how you might inspire hope in others. We often hear the advice to live each day as if it is our last. What if we lived each day as if it were our first? The author of Charlotte's Web, E.B. White, suggests, hang on to your hat, hang on to your hope, and wind the clock. Or maybe it should read, make sure your phone is charged, for tomorrow is another day.
Our final hymn is This Little Light of Mine, and that is in your gray hymnal, number 118, 118. And there's 3 verses here, but we'll add the 4th one. Don't let anyone blow it out.
Everybody energized now? Our closing words today are from Stuart Kestenbaum, Holding the Light. Gather up whatever is glittering in the gutter, whatever has tumbled in the waves or fallen in flames out of the sky. For it's not only our hearts that are broken, but the heart of the world as well. Stitch it back together. Make a place where the day speaks to the night and the earth speaks to the sky. Whether we created God or God created us, it all comes down to this. In our imperfect world, we are meant to repair and stitch together what beauty there is. Stitch it with compassion and wire. See how everything we have made gathers the light inside itself and overflows. A blessing.
Just what makes that little old
hope that you found meaning in today's service. Now is the time to extinguish our chalice. As I read Hope Continues by Kevin J. Lowe. When the candle dims and the wax almost spent, the light turns amber like a sunset. Still it provides light, still it provides heat, still it can kindle a new flame and pass its glow on and contribute to a new illumination. When sunsets turn to new days, when seasons transform all, when the candle dims, all is not lost. Hope continues, uncertain and true, like candlelight, ready to spark again. All is not lost.